Hello guys, and strap in for a long episode. On today's episode, we are back with another cold episode of Ranking Things. The tier list guy is back. We are talking about every single character in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime, all series, at least according to this tier list, which may technically not be every single character, but it mostly is. And we're basing them, as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, on vibes. Reason being, if you know me, you know I know very little about the anime. I know basically some of the characters from Duel Monsters or the original series. Basically, I've watched like half of that, and I've watched about half of 5Ds. So I know about the first half of both of those series, and that's about it, and a few things here or there from some of the other series. So again, this is based basically on vibes. We're going to see how much I like these characters based on design, names, and overall just what I do happen to know about them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We have a lot of characters to talk about. Let's hop right in. Starting off with Yugi, which is a pretty good character. I'm going to change this to great. Yugi's a great character. I really like Yami Yugi as a character in and of itself. I think he's way more interesting than the next character, which is Atem, which I'm going to put in all right. I think Atem is a great protagonist and is a fairly solid character overall, but in comparison to Yugi and just in general, I don't like him nearly as much, but he's fine. Next up, we have Joey. We're going to definitely be calling these by the English names, at least for the ones that I know. This is Joey. Joey is only interesting because of his accent in, at least in my brain, he's only interesting due to the accent in the 4Kids dub. That being said, he's not like the worst character. He's fairly solid, but he's not really all that interesting in terms of most. I guess like the best thing about him is the fact that he is such an underdog pretty much all of the time. But Dear Lante is also terrible at dueling, and the fact that he is rewarded bothers me immensely. Next up, we have Taya. Taya is... Look, almost every single female character in this show is just awful. Taya is no exception. I don't like her. She's Taya. Next up, we have Tristan, which is... you know, he's funny. At least, kind of. And then we have Bakura, which I love. Bakura is great. He's one of my favorite characters. Moving on. I really don't need to say much about that. Then we have Yami Bakura, which is technically different. And now I'm confused. Is this Merrick? Is this supposed to be Merrick? Probably. I don't, I actually don't know. No, that's Merrick and Yum. Oh, it's just the evil version of the character. Okay, well, the reason I like Bakura is because he is Yami Bakura at the same time. I know technically he's not, I don't care. These are the same character to me. So go away. They're the same character. I'm gonna do the same thing with Merrick. Merrick and Yami Merrick are literally the same character. One is just happens to be corrupted, but they're still technically the same being, the same character. I think the overall character arc with them being corrupted and without them being corrupted is the same character, and that's why I like Bakura. So I'm going to put him higher. There we go. Next up, we have Seto Kaiba. Seto Kaiba's the GOAT. I don't make the rules. He just is. Moving on. Mokuba. No. Actually, we'll put him slightly higher. He is funny. And in the 5Ds, not 5Ds, in the Dark Side of Dimensions, he's a little bit more interesting. But Dear Lanta in Duel Monsters, he's terrible. Odeon, sorry, this is Shoddy, my bad. I saw Odeon earlier. There he is. There's Odeon. This one's Odeon. Shoddy is basically just a plot device. He doesn't matter. Like, he's not really a character. Next up, we have Odeon, which I actually do like. He's pretty cool. I'm going to put him in great. He's a pretty solid character. I have no idea who this guy is. He looks sick as hell, though, so I'm going to call him cool. He's not great, but he's cool looking. Yugi's mother. Yugi has a mother? I don't care. Ushio looks like a typical bully. I'm going to put him in all right. He's fine. This is just a news report. These are all just random ass... These are not characters. Okay, I do not give a crap about any... Okay, this guy's kind of funny. Yeah, none of these guys Hold on. That one's in a bunny outfit. Hanasaki looks like a nerd. I don't like him. Hanasaki's father, also a nerd. Hanasaki's mother, also a nerd. Fuck you. I'm sorry. Let's keep going. Zombire. Sure. This guy, I don't like. Prisoner. You can't. That's just. Okay. Pharaoh's mummy? Sorry, hold on. What? Pharaoh's mummy? Goat. Top 10. 10 out of 10. He's the mummy! He's the mummy! I didn't know that. Sorry, I got very distracted there. Kukurano is alright, yeah. No. Miho. Well, this is a woman, so it probably is a terrible character, let's be honest. What the fuck is Chona? That's not mine, right? Yeah, okay. They look similar, right? I'm not crazy, right? They have similar hairstyles. Okay, you can understand the confusion. Chono is cool. She's cool. Vice Principal. Actually, I don't trust the Vice Principal. I'm gonna put him in no. Junkie Scorpion Owner. Well, that's an interesting name at the very least. And then, of course, the Junkie Scorpion. Also, rather interesting. The Muscle Hunters. That... Hold on. Is this the same show? Obviously, I understand that some of these are from the manga. And, in fact, a lot of them, I would imagine, are from the manga. Or from, like, Season 0. What the hell is a Muscle Hunter? 10 out of 10. They're great. Joey's father is... a guy who does exist that I don't care. Hirutani. He has a gang, so that's... He has a yo-yo gang? Hold on. Yo-yo gang? Awesome. Regular gang? Is fine. He himself? Don't care. This is just an old man. There's a lot of these that are going to go in this I don't care tier because so many of them do not elicit any form of reaction from me. So, there you go. This is... What is this? What am I looking at? What in the world? It's cool looking. Yoshimori, I do like that facial hair. It is very funny. This is one of the most ugly things that I have ever seen. Oh no. What are you... No. This one, on the other hand, this one's funny. This one's cool. Sumomo-chan. Sure. You too! You too! Let's go! No idea what this is. Cool. Is it just an old guy? Okay. Mokuba's Hood Gang. What? And they're just Street Fighter. Alright. Yeah, dude. Okay, sure. That's... I gotta be being punked, right? Like, no shot these are characters in the show / manga, because I guarantee they're just references and don't actually do... Okay, whatever. Bruce Lee, I mean, it is Bruce Lee. We can't, look, I don't make the rules! Kaiba's chauffeur. Dude, I don't care. I do not care. Who's this guy? Something Kaiba? Sure, he exists. And that guy's right hand man. I don't care. This is the most American stereotype I think I've ever seen in Yu-Gi-Oh! That's a lie. Bandit Keith does exist. I forgot about that character for a hot second. But dear Atlanta, this is definitely an American, which makes it at least interesting. Same with this guy. Actually, this guy might be British, but this guy also might be British. That definitely seems like an Americanism. Mysterious Assassin. Well, that's an interesting name, but okay. Chop Man. No. I squared guard? What? Alright. You know what? That's pretty cool. He looks like Hitman. Right? Like Agent 47? Am I wrong? I don't care. Who? Is that just a baby? That's just a baby. Who the hell is this guy? Don't care. Nagumo. Yeah. What? Look, I live in America, so I can't say this guy's name, so I'm just gonna put him in cool. And we're gonna move on. Chief Detective! That's a character. This guy's name is just Sleazeball. Great character. 10 out of 10 notes. He's just okay. I don't care. Fangirls. Cool. Who? Brother, your forehead can't look like that. That's illegal. Amane. That's a name. White Mage Bakura? Okay, so this is the same character. We've already talked about this. This is the whatever. I don't have the necessary feelings to go through this. Pokey. Sure. And Pow. Okay. And then here's Joey's sister, whose name I can't remember. At least in the English dub. She technically exists as a character. Oh. Rex and Weevil are fine. They serve their purpose. That's pretty much it. My Valentine is a pretty great character. She is probably one of the most well-written female characters in the original series, so granted there's like 4 of those, so that's not really saying much, but still. This guy sucks. Me and my homies hate him. Bandit Keith is peak comedy, but that's kind of it. This guy is Bones, who's so boring. This guy is one of Bones' henchmen. Same with this guy. I have no idea who this is, and nor do I... Sorry, wrong guy. Pegasus is Pegasus, and we all know where Pegasus goes. Pegasus is the GOAT. Let's move along. Cyndia is, that's Pegasus's wife, right? I mean, yeah. Yeah, she's great because of Pegasus. This is just... Oh, these are just cartoon characters. I guess they're fine. They're fairly interesting. Mr. Crockett's... It's the fairy godparents. Technically that's Crocker, but still. Kaiba's maid. Don't care. Ventriloquist. Don't care. Player killer. Sure. Oh, the Paradox Brothers. They're cool. They're a pretty cool pairing, I think. Egyptian Thief. Don't care. Blanky. Who the hell names their dog Blanky? I mean, it is a dog though, and I like dogs. Dogs are cool, unless it's not dog. But, and then it's Duke Devlin. That's his name. It's Duke. It's Duke. It's Duke Devlin. He's great. He's top tier. 10 out of 10. No notes. I know that says top 10. We might change this depending on how many characters are top 10, but Duke Devlin is definitely up there. Mr. Clown. That's at least an interesting name to be fair. Kuwabara is a character's name. This is also a character that I don't... What am I getting from this? Or this? That I should care? Dual Machine? That's not a character. What are you talking about? That's a machine. Are machines characters? I guess they could be. I'm just gonna put this on. I don't care. Steph Johnny. Okay. Ishizu is... She's alright. She's fine. Right? She's a little bit more interesting than some of the other female characters, but let's be honest, she's not great. She kind of gets owned. Merrick. I love Merrick. Merrick's great. Yami Merrick is literally the same character. We'll just put it there for now. Ishtar Forefather. That's a guy who does stuff. That shop manager. Rare Hunters. Or more specifically, this Rare Hunter in particular is fine. This guy was kind of cool. Pandora. I don't think that's what his name was in the English dub, but he was a fairly interesting character, given the fact that he actually had a similar deck to Yugi and did some rather interesting stuff with it. So that was kind of cool. Doll. He's a cool character. He's a great character. Or they? I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Rare Hunter. See, this Rare Hunter, not as interesting. This Rare Hunter, also not as interesting. This Rare Hunter looks like he's been sucked dry. Like, legitimately, someone took a straw and sucked all the moisture out of him. And then we have Uma and Umbra, which are, again, some pretty cool characters, similar in nature to the Paradox Brothers. However, unlike the Paradox Brothers, I think they're a little bit less interesting, but still on that same tier. They're very similar in nature. We have the two Dark Magicians, which apparently are characters, which are... They certainly do exist. And then, of course, we have the Egyptian gods, as well as... and then we have the Egyptian gods. Let's be honest, Obelisk is by far the best one, so we're going to put him in great. Osiris, a.k.a. Slifer, is also pretty cool. And Ra is pretty all right as a character. Ra's not all that interesting. Like, the summoning mechanics of Ra are pretty cool, and as an Egyptian god card, it's pretty cool. But, like, in terms of the character, I guess, I don't know. I like Obelisk the most, so there you go. And then we have Roba! Espa Roba! Honestly, I really liked this guy's gimmick. He is a nerd, though, and his brothers absolutely are nerds. Don't care. Who? Nah. Don't care. That guy's hair is wacky. I like it. Tillamook. That's a name. That's at least a name. The rest of these are like... I don't know. Is this guy's name Depressed? Depra Scott? Is he split? I don't care. I just read the name. Pete Coppermine. 10 out of 10. You can't give me that hair and that name and not be a 10 out of 10 character. This is just an old lady. Cool. This is a guy. This is also a guy. This is also... Well, okay. His hair is decent. Her, there, I don't know. This is a guy. This is also a guy. And this one is kind of also a guy. Mushura! I like him. He's alright. Ahmet is just kind of a thug. So I don't really care. God Thief. So I know what this is in reference to, but having the name of God Thief makes this so much funnier. Because I know it's supposed to be like stealing the Egyptian gods, but just imagine like a guy whose job it is to just kidnap a god. Not like an Egyptian god card, but just like show up in some sort of like heaven style place, right? And just like yoink. Odin is mine. Just put him in a bag. That is extremely funny, and because of that, I'm gonna put him high. We're gonna put him in cool. Grave Robber. That's a cool idea. This is a One Piece character. That's cool. Who put this One Piece character in my Yu-Gi-Oh? Oh dear. Wait! Bakura's back! Wait, we have Yami Bakura and Bakura 2! Electric Boogaloo! Huh? Wait, huh? Okay. Okay. This guy's alright. Atem's mother? Well, look, she did give birth to Atem. I'm gonna put his mother above him. Because it's funny. Look. It's vibes. Simon. That's just an old man. Kinda. Shada, I will say. Damn. That is a handsome man. That is an attractive man. Look at that jawline. Oh, baby. You got glass with that. Isis. Isis is a horrifying god. Goddess. So, you know what? For fear of my own safety, we'll put her in great. Kareem. Dude, what is going on with that hair? I'm sorry, I can't. The hair bothers me so much. Mahado? Anyway, he's pretty cool. He goes up there with Shada. And then also Seto, which we know, of course, goes... No, I'm just kidding. Seto's also pretty cool. And then, this guy, who's, he's got an eye. So that's interesting. That's kind of all that he's got. I thought this guy's name was Goblek, but it's Geblek, which is now less interesting. But also, what is going on with that guy's face? Gotta be, at least alright, right? We have a high priest. Just high priest. Oh, okay. Zork. Goated character. We love Zork. I'm lying to you. Zork is such a mid-villain. He's fine. However, the other deities, that being... Well, okay, technically Exodia is not a deity, but, this one, the goddess deity, she's cool. She's alright. Exodia is based. Exodia is 10 out of 10. No notes. Mana. Sure. I had no idea. Kisara. No. We've already done that guy. Diabound. I know, I'm almost certain I know that technically Bakura and Yami Bakura would be like the past variants of this Bakura, but I don't care because technically speaking, they're the same character. Like, you can't tell me that these are not just the same characters as these based on what information has been given to me. I don't know for a fact whether they are different characters, so I'm just going to put them here. There you go. Diabound is just Zork in my brain. But that being said, I don't know. And therefore, he's cooler. Anyway, this is some soul of someone, which, I guess souls are kind of interesting. Seto's mother! Look, she did give birth to the man himself. Sorry, no, this is Seto, not Seto Kaiba. Never mind. Forget I said anything. She's fine. It's fine. Tetsuo. Sure. Jiro is funny. I do know Jiro's game, and he is kind of funny. Shotaro. I don't care. That guy's grin is maniacal, and I like it. Sheldon. Now, here's the thing. That is a name that has meaning now more than ever because of... hold on, I just noticed... Sorry, hold on. We'll do Sheldon real quick. No one cares. Blue, black, and red. We gotta talk about the... Blue is fine. Black is, something. I'll give you that. But red is so fun. It's peak! These are great. They're great. That's... Oh, I love anime. It's so good, dude. Mayumi, don't care. This guy's got a stupid sucker in his mouth, and he's a nerd. Ryuichi is a character, and then we have some sisters that I just don't. Actually, they're a little bit interesting. They got like some BDSM ropes or something. I don't know. Looks kind of interesting. Goyu. This is just Nurse Joy from Pokemon. Sorry, hold on. I'm getting distracted. But that is just Nurse Joy. Am I wrong? That is... Alright. Goyu is... something. Eileen? She's, yeah, I don't know. We'll put her in cool, I guess. I like her... I don't know. I like her name. It's kind of interesting. Himekoji is... I don't know. She's kind of interesting. She's got red hair, so that's like something. Student Council. No. Daimon. No. Dragon. Oh. Alright, sure. Yeah. Piranha. No. I'm pretty sure that's a bunch of children, and I don't like children. I mean, I love children. They're great. Do I say I don't like children, or do I say I like children? I don't know. I don't. Children are children. It's the Dark Side of Dementia. Yeah, these guys are stupid. I hate the Piranha. They're so dumb. Manny. Who? Sarah. She exists. Diva is actually a pretty cool villain. I actually really do like Diva. A threat that's interesting and serves his purpose very well. I like him. He's cool. This is just I hate him so much, and his gang. Who the hell are I don't remember these guys. Bakura's father is a guy. I don't know. He exists. Who is this one? What is this? What is this that you are showing? This looks like that guy in Smiling Friends who's like, "Yo, you doing blackface?" Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Or am I going crazy? I might be just crazy. Aoyama. Is this just a child? I don't know. Death Impersonator. So not Death, just the Impersonator. Jersey Man. Well, look, they're from Jersey, so. Jean-Claude Magnum. That is just an international spy name, and you can't tell me otherwise. That's hilarious. Mother of Joey. Okay, I should probably put her slightly higher. Whoops. Moved to the wrong character. There we go. Mrs. Ishtar. Who's Mrs. Ishtar? Who the hell is this? What? What are you talking about? Who? Huh? Now I'm more confused just by the name, and it's making me interested at the very least. Is this not just Ishizu? I guess it could be like Odion's wife or something like that, or like their parents' wife, like the mother of the children. Why would it not just be their mothers? Because it's don't worry about it. Noah, I hate this prick. And then all of the guys who end up going into the game and becoming different different characters due to stuff. I don't remember exactly. These guys are not at all interesting in any capacity. Honestly, they don't even fulfill a purpose. As much as I enjoy the arc that they are a part of, they are not the reason to enjoy the arc. You enjoy the arc because the Yu-Gi-Oh characters got isekai'd, and that's pretty much it. Arthur, I don't hate him, but I don't love him. Rebecca is also a fairly interesting character. I like her. She's cool. Darts is pretty cool. Not great, but pretty cool. This is a person that does exist. Look, okay, she at least has some interesting get up. I'll rate her slightly higher. Not much, but slightly. Ironheart, bro's name is cool. Just that's it. That's all I got. Chris is a child, and I don't really care. But the doggo, 10 out of 10. No, it's 10 out of 10. That's a dog. That's a dog. We like dog. All right. Man, I do not remember this, like, at all. It was an Orichalcos god? Oh, yeah. Orichalcos soldier? Sure. We'll put the god slightly higher. Raphael, I thought was a great character. I liked him. He was cool. Julian. Who? Don't know either of those. Raphael's parents, don't care. Iatos, okay, Iatos is kind of funny because it's the if I remember correctly, Iatos is the embodiment of Darts's or Raphael's or something like that. I think it's Darts's. No, it is Raphael's mother who died, which is funny. Anyway, Valen. And the nun. Sorry, why is it... Don't worry about it. Valen's fine. The nun, however... Now we're talking... Why is it Valen's nun? I'm sorry, that is very funny. Imelda is a woman. That's, like, the whole gimmick of that character. Miruko is another child, probably. I have no idea who this guy is. Timaeus! Bro, no one cares about you. Critias and Hermos all just don't matter. No one has ever cared about these characters, let's be honest. Black Magician Girl, aka Dark Magician Girl, aka the waifu that everyone likes. She's fine. In terms of a card. The Car Seller. I know exactly who this is, which makes it so much funnier. I'm pretty sure the Car Seller is specifically in here for the one scene where Kaiba shows up, writes a, like signs a check that's just, like, an empty amount of money, or, like, an insane amount of money, to buy a car and just, like, drive it off the lot, which is so funny. I love it. He is a character to fill a plot point, and that is pretty much it, because it's very funny. Siegfried is fine. He's a fine character. They're a fine character. I have no idea who this is, and this is the most nothing image and name you could give me. That's not true. Lionheart is actually a fairly interesting name, but it's fine. Vivian Wan. Well, she did win, so we'll put her in cool. So there we go. Salem? No, that ain't it, bud. Who's this guy? Okay. I feel like I should rate these guys higher, but I just don't care. Paul McGregor? 10 out of 10 name. That name alone is why I'm putting him so high. That's a 10 out of 10. This guy's name is Ape, and I don't like it. Richard Goat. Well, I mean, if you insist, I don't write the rules. I'm just kidding. Berry Ginger? No. No. This is... who are these guys? Brother, how have we not gotten the first... Are these GX characters? Why is the duel machine in here? Huh? The duel machine's a character. Okay. Alright, sure. Ethan Shark is certainly a name. Jafar Shin. Yeah, dude. Rick! It's just Rick. My name's not Rick. Okay, this is a... dweeb. Anubis. That is not Anubis, and you can't tell me otherwise. What do you mean, Anubis? Anubis? Okay, sure. Alex? That's just a guy. that's just a guy. Alexander is also kind of just a guy. And same with Yami Alexander. That is just a guy. Jaden! Hey, we all know Jaden, right? Or Judai. Jaden! Jaden is a character in a television show. And he's fine. I like him. He's not terrible. He's not great. I wouldn't put him in the great tier. That's it. Winged Karibo. The GOAT. Yeah, we love Winged Karibo here. Show. Me and my homies hate Show. However, Kaiser, aka Zane Truesdale, also the GOAT. I think I've noticed something. I have both Seto Kaiba and Kaiser in here. Don't worry about it. It's fine. That's normal. This guy sucks. His father, though, is so funny because his deck is just a deck about getting drunk and then flipping tables. It's very funny, and for that purpose alone, I'm putting in we're gonna put him in cool. Chaz is such a great character. Really cool. I like the arc he goes on. Very solid. To be fair, I have not watched GX. I just know. However, his brothers, don't care. I do not care. The Ojama Trio, I hate. I hate the Ojamas. I think they are terrible cards. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that they're so annoying in GX. I cannot stand them. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Bastion, bro's just a nerd, let's be honest. Alexis is fine. She's a character in a show. Who is this guy? Who mega lol. Same with this guy. Dude, I don't care. They're just like hot anime men. And that is not enough. Dr. Crowler, goated. We're just gonna rename this to 10 out of 10. Dr. Crowler, love him. Love him. They're great. Samejima is a guy. I think he's like the principal or something along those lines. That's a cat. But I'm not gonna lie, I don't like the cat nearly as much as I've liked some of the other dogs that we've had. So I'm gonna put the cat lower just because I know that this is those like goofy, like over the top, ridiculous cats instead of just like a cat. If you just give me a cat, cats are S tier. Why your wait, hold on. We've done these people before. Yugi, Pegasus, the Paradox Brothers, Kaiba. We've done all these characters before. They don't count. They're not real. They can't hurt you. Anyway, this guy, he's just a nerd, let's be honest. Titan. I mean, that name's got to carry you somewhere. This one's the vampire lady. She's all right. She exists. I put Alexis too low. Tanya. Didn't Tanya like Bastion? You can't justify that. This is a guy. He's kind of cool looking, I guess. Black Scorpion. Sure. Kagemaru. It's just an old guy. It's just an old guy. He's just an old guy. Kaiba Man. I mean, he's Kaiba Man. That's all. That's all. Just Kaiba Man. Dark Magician Girl, which we've already done. We already did this one. Gravekeeper's Chief. Don't care. Sarah. Sarah. Who cares? Jinzo. Jinzo's cool. Who? Why would I care about any of these characters? Actually, she looks kind of like a dope, and it's kind of funny. So, there's that. Kosuke. Yeah, I Why he look like that? That's it. That's just a guy. That's just a guy. This is not just a guy. He's a little bit more interesting. He's got more going on. He honestly looks like he would be a protagonist in another show. Am I wrong? He looks like he's a Beyblade character. That's a guy. That's also a guy. The Occult Trio. Sure. At least they're doing something. Sal. Bro's name is just Sal. And the scientist for Sal. I don't care about nerd. Also, other nerd. Sal is kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. North Academy, but I don't care. I do not care. This guy's an admiral, right? Like he's got to be pretty interesting. Ooh. Dino DNA. It's Dino DNA. I know that guy. Just because of the memes. That's it. You know what? He's pretty cool. This is a hero player, which means no. Screw you, Aster Phoenix. I know that he plays heroes, and therefore, cringe. Cringe. No, I'm just kidding. Aster Phoenix is cool. I like him. He's pretty interesting. We'll put him here. Who? DD. Okay. Bro's name is just DD Granmole. We'll get there. We'll get there. Sorry, I just noticed Neos, and we'll get there. Okay, so these are the two. These are the same person. This is just Sartorius Kumar. This is just the same person. So I like him. He's pretty cool. Mizuchi. I don't know. It's woman. Dot Turbo. That's just Yugi's grandpa. Why is he showing up now? Wait, I like Gramps. Gramps is cool. Gramps is a cool guy. He's not a great cool guy, but he's a cool guy. Korimaru. Kurimaru. I don't care. Well, this guy's got glasses. That's something. Don't care. Prince Ojin. Ojin. Well, he's a prince, so there's something there. Lind? That's a guy. That's Ran? Okay. Yeah, that's a guy. Ryusei. Bro, what is going on with your hair? How have there been more than one character with this hairstyle? That is crazy. No one could ever like that face. I'm sorry. That is specifically designed to be a hateable face, and that is what I do hate. Yep, that is something that I do hate. Why are you back? Why are you back? Why are you back? Why are they all back? They all came back. Huh? Why are you making me rank all of the characters I've already ranked? I hate it here. Bro's name is just X, and I can't put that lower than alright. At the very least. Princess Rose. I mean, she is a princess. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool thing. Alice? Like Alice in Wonderland? Sure. Franz. That's pretty great. He's also got an Egyptian god, so like that's something. Kabu Kid. That's funny. Not really, but it is kind of funny. We'll put it in all right. Mathematica is a nerd, let's be honest. Parker. Nope. I shave that little nastiness off your face, and then we can talk. That is awful. Ooh, baby, that is some facial hair if I've seen it. This is a guy. What the heck is going on with your hair, my guy? What happened? Where'd he go? He disappeared. I have no idea where that guy went. But okay. Whatever. You do you, boo. This is an old man. Saruyama. You know what? I don't know why. He's giving off good vibes. This guy was voiced by Goku, and he says, my mommy says that I'm special. I know that in the dub, I'm pretty sure. Because I think in the original sub, he's just like a normal guy. Well, for he's just like a burly guy. That's it. That being said, I'm not going to base this off of the dub, but that is something that is very funny. But for the most part, he's not all that interesting. He's kind of interesting. Or a collector. Sorry, I think that's supposed to say Dr. Collector. But it does read like or, because the D looks very similar to O, which is very funny. So, we'll just, he's a collector. Neos! Now, we all know why Neos is going to go in 10 out of 10, right? We've all seen the image of a little something going on the backside of Neos. That's all. The rest of these are cards that do exist and are... GX was weird, dude. GX was a weird thing that happened, certainly. Air Hummingbird. Wait, this guy is not real. Grand Mole. Glowmoss. And of course, Dark Panther, which I do believe is slightly cooler than the rest, so we're gonna put him slightly higher. Yep, okay, moving on. Yubel. Yubel is a really cool villain and a really cool antagonist. Not a 10 out of 10, but very solid, nonetheless. Moving on, we have Heo-sama? Which is just the Emperor version of Judai, which is fine. Huh? No. King of the World? Wrong. Cobra. Dude, what is going on with your hair? Rick. He came back. Rick came back, chat. Wait, there he is! Wait! They're two different Ricks! That's actually so much funnier. There's two of them! There's two Ricks! Rick 2, Electric Boogaloo! How close are we? Oh, we're not even close. Okay. This, Jessie is certainly, I like Jessie. Jessie's cool. I know it says Jonah. That's Jessie, buddy. Ruby Carbuncle. Ruby's okay. Ruby's alright. Sapphire Pegasus. No. I don't care about, like, any of these. Amber Mammoth is kind of funny because of the dub as well. Yeah, we'll put it there. Ammon. Who? Actually, that guy's a nerd. You know it. Shido. That's just a child. That's just a child. Echo. Bro looks like an Echo fighter. What the hell? Exodia. We've already done you. Piss off. O'Brien. O'Brien's father. Hold on. I just noticed. It's the Orichalcum guy. That's very funny. It's the Orichalcum guy, of course. Of course. I don't remember this guy's name, but I like him. He's cool. I should say his dub's name. His father is a nobody, really, but he is related to O'Brien, so there's that. Jim and Karen. Karen's just a fat crocodile, which is very funny. Jim, on the other hand, is kind of nothing. He's not really all that interesting. He's a little interesting. We did you. You've been here. Piss off. Just Jaden's friend. Oh, okay. Martin. That is the most forgettable nothing name I've ever heard for a Yu-Gi-Oh character. That's not true. Rick is right there. Koji. That's a nerd. Hunt. What happened to your face, dude? What happened? What is going on with your face? Bro is just Birdman. Birdman. Yeah. Freed. That's just a guy. That's just a guy. I know he's a card, but that's just a guy. Scar? Okay. Zur? Sorry, hold on. Zur is whatever. And then of course Brawn is actually pretty interesting. I do like Brawn. I think it's pretty cool. Skull Knight. No. Chaos Sork. No. Demise based. Demise is cool. Demise is great. Who? Who is this? How? Okay. Yeah, sure. Unagami no Miko. Dancing Fairies. No. We don't do Dancing Fairies. Ojama? Beat his ass. Wait, don't we already have a Karibo? No, we have Winged Karibo. We don't have Karibo. Okay, hold on. We gotta put the Karibo up in 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 Karibo. You love Karibo. We love Karibo here. This is a character that exists, probably. Darkness. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Why is Mr. T here? And also, why is he not actually Mr. T? Yeah, dude, that's great. What is that jaw as well? Honest is all right. He's pretty cool. Brother, who? Don't care. Esmeralda. Sure. This is just some CEO. Ew. Mike. I got none. O'Brien's mother. I forgot she didn't die. We'll put her in all right. We've already done that. We've already done that. Light and Darkness Dragon. Light and Darkness Dragon is kind of cool. I like Light and Darkness Dragon. Sure. Mott is a god of some kind. I remember that. We'll put her in great. There's Tragodia. Tragodia is pretty cool as well. Who? Sorry, I missed. King Fuuki. Wait, haven't we already done this guy? Wait, haven't we done like all of these guys before? I don't. Who the hell is Reggie? Sorry, Reggie is just such an American name too. It's like, yeah, here's Reggie. Reggie's father, don't care. David. I can't care. Jim, we've already done. Eamon, we've already done. Oh, nope, not you. Sorry, my bad. I skipped a bit. Shido, I guess we'll do this guy. He's kind of weird looking. O'Brien, we've already done. Father, Jesse. This is we already did that guy. Don't care. Already done you. He came back a third time. Pegasus, we already done. We already did those guys. Kareem, we've already done as well. This is a guy that exists. Ryuga. Sure, he's all right. Emmy, you know what? She's great. I couldn't tell you why. However, her friend, probably not, let's be honest. Okay, let's look at 5Ds. We've now gotten into 5Ds. I did take a little bit of a break because my wrist was hurting from just dragging all of these pictures. But Yusei is a go. Yusei is, I think, unequivocally the best protagonist in the series, or at the very least, the coolest. So, I like him. Next up, we have Rally, which is a guy. I don't really care too much about Rally, but he is still rather interesting. They, he, she, who cares? Taka, no one cares. Nerve, no one cares. Blitz, no one cares. Uryu is actually, I actually really like him. I think he's pretty cool. Wait, am I thinking of the right character? I think I'm not, actually. Now that I'm thinking, no, I am. I think I'm thinking of the right character. No, I am not thinking of the right character. I am thinking of the wrong character. Good to know. Don't care. Shizaki is a guy that exists. I don't like him, let's be honest. Same with Dojima. King Jack Atlas. Because I'm Jack Atlas. I like him. He's great. He's a fantastic character. He's not my favorite of the antagonists slash, like, rival characters, but he is fairly interesting nonetheless. So he's pretty cool. Rex Goodwin. Honestly, okay. This is one of the few characters where I'm actually going to say a lot about. Rex Goodwin, as a Dark Signer, is kinda mid. Rex Goodwin, as a like businessman and associate with Jack and all of that jazz, is one of the coolest Yu-Gi-Oh characters we've had. The metal arm that randomly shows up, and a bunch of the other like shady stuff that he ends up doing is fairly interesting. When he just becomes the generic, sorry, spoiler, when he just becomes the generic bad guy, not all that interesting. That's it. Jaeger is awful. I hate that stupid hairpiece. Mikage is a woman. I don't know, she's okay. This guy is a scientist, and you know what we feel about nerds. Sector Security is just such a nothing character. Tetsu Trudge is fine. I think he becomes okay. This guy is a nobody that no one cares about. This guy is also a nobody that nobody cares about. Himuro is fairly cool. I like him. I think he's a cool character and ends up being pretty interesting. But alas. Also that hair. Sakamaki is... I don't know. He's a guy. This is also just a guy. I have no idea who this guy is. Barkeeper. Well, you know how we feel about Barkeeper. I don't really care. Saiga. Don't know who this is. Yuji. Don't know who this is. Nor do I care. Lu... and Luca. Leo and Luna. There we go. That's the correct name. Lua and Luca? Really? That's what you came up with? Alright. Anyway, Leo and Luna. I actually like Leo. He's not great. Or he's not terrible. And Luna's fine. She's pretty cool. I like her as well. Regulus is... okay. Kuribon, I actually do like as well. Not as much, not nearly as much as Winged Kuribo or regular Kuribo, but Kuribon is not bad, all things considered. Tenpai, fucking no! I have no idea who this character is, but their name is Tenpai, so kill him. Akiza. Okay, okay, Akiza's a really good character up until they just like stop making her a competent duelist. But that being said, I still a great character, very cool backstory, very cool ideas with just the way that she works. Coolio. No idea who this guy is. That is also just a woman. Divine, what happened to your head? Something happened to his head, and I'm here for it. This guy... oh, I love this guy. This guy is like a skull duelist or something like that. He's pretty cool. He's just a random guy. Oh, I think he also throws his motorcycle at Jack Atlas, which has a giant spike on it, which is then caught by Rex Goodwin. I like him. He's cool. Is this... I thought this guy's name was Boomer for a second. I remember this guy. I do not care about him. Annie, on the other hand, is better. Max, that's a child that no one cares about. Shira, I don't know. His flames are cool. Jill, who the hell is Jill? I can't put him that low. That's something. Frank? Yeah. Kudo. Yeah, that's hold on, not the MC. Kudo. The MC? Goated. We love the MC. The MC's always incredible. Crimson Dragon is The problem with the Crimson Dragon is that they made Crow a Crimson sign or a signer, which is illegal. Why would you do that? Now I have to deal with Black Wings as a signer deck. Cringe. Star Dragon King, no, ew, gross. Stardust Dragon though, okay. Stardust Dragon's all right as a character. Red Dragon Archfiend is a little bit better, but not a lot a bit better. And Black Rose Dragon is also alright. It's not... none of these are great. Ancient Fairy Dragon, though, is pretty cool. I do like Ancient Fairy Dragon. Ancient Fairy Dragon is a cool card. Or, more specifically, a cool character. Lifestream Dragon? No, that ain't it, Chief. And, of course, Black Dash Winged Dragon. Not a Black Winged Dragon. King of the Underworld? Let's go. He's the king. He's the king. Not like Jack Atlas King, but you get the idea. Rudger Godwin? Don't know. Kinda care. I kinda care. This is what's his bucket? The Infernity guy. I like. Here's the thing. Infernity guy, signer, one of the coolest characters in the entire show, and I can't remember his name because I'm terrible with names. But Kokopakapu, which is a name, which I don't know if that's how you would say it, but I sure hope that's not how you say it. I say it Kapakapu, which sounds way better. Anyway, beside the point. Earthbound Immortals, very, very sick. I think genuinely the Dark Signer arc in Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds is probably the best arc in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! And I haven't seen that much, so I can't really say. But still, phenomenal Yu-Gi-Oh! Very, very solid. Damak, this is a signer, and immediately I'm going to put him in cool because I don't think any of the signers are bad. Misty, goated character. Goated. I love Misty. Misty is such a cool signer. Carly Carmine. Carly Carmine, as a dark signer, is goated. What a great character. What a phenomenal... anything. Very, very cool. And Carly, as not a dark signer as well, is also fairly interesting. However, her obsession with Jack is a little lame. But yeah. Did I just... Sexist trio. No, I did see that. Well, Yusei's mother does exist, which is crazy. I didn't even know that was a thing, but alas. Yusei's father, on the other hand, me and my homies don't like him. What happened to your hair? Crow? Okay, I don't hate Crow that much, but I'm not that big of a fan of Crow. He's fine. He's a fine character. Crow's orphans, on the other hand, are annoying little shits. Martha, a saint. I can't put her that low. We'll put her in cool. She's a saint. She's great. Martha's orphans, on the other hand, are a little bit better. I'm going to call them interesting. They're slightly better. Doctor. Well, at least he's a doctor. No idea who this is. Don't really care. Zaman. Well, you know we like the Zaman. Zaman's crazy. And, of course, his army is... why am I acting like they're somebody? Toby. Who the heck is Toby? Arcadia movement. Who Megalol? Okay. You know what? No, that's where you go. Carly's boss does exist and is a character and isn't bad. Who? Who is this? Hippie girl. Well, okay. At the very least, she's got a niche. You know, hippie dude. Pog. Also, do these images go hand in hand? Hold on. Close. I thought they lined up. That is a name. Don't care. That's the best name in the show. The magician's leader. I don't care. Iliaster. Yeah. Okay. You know, that guy's there. Ghost. Okay, Ghost is actually pretty cool. I do like the Ghost. He's fairly interesting. Placidio is a guy. Sure. Luciano is also a guy. And Jose is also a guy. And then, of course, Aporia is also a guy. None of them are really all that great. They're fine. Antimony is a TG player. As much as I despise TG, Antimony's fine. He's pretty cool. Paradox? Me and my homies love Paradox. I'm lying to you, bro. Zeon. This is just old Yusei, and it's not very good. Maria. Just person. This is a guy. That is a mustache, if I've ever seen one. And honestly, that mustache is killing it for me, dude. Pop off, king. El Principal. You know what? I do like that mustache as well, but it's not quite doing it for me. Who is Patty? Do I care? No, I don't care. Bob, don't care. Slot. Why does he look like the protagonist of the anime that these two are just like side characters in? Why did they do that? Why'd they do that? Well, we'll put him in interesting at the very least. This is a old man. This is a guy, I guess. That's a person. Stephanie. Okay, Marco. Miguel. Garomi? Zora. Michael. Claire. Boss? Brother's name is just Boss? Alright, that's like kind of something. Sherry! Sherry is a character. I know Sherry. Sherry's father and Sherry's mother are in this. They're characters as well. This is also a character. There are so many just nobodies right now. What is... I'm sure there's an arc with these characters in it that, like, that they're important. None of these strike any... They're all nobodies. That's what I'm trying to say. They're all basically nobodies, and I don't really care. Also, Dear Lanta, look at all these repeats. Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah. That is a choice. Writing teacher. Okay. Sid. Sure. Gus. Sure. For a second, I thought that it was Cuss, and it was very funny. Kazama. Security robot. Okay, Fake Jack. It's kind of interesting. Leo. That's not Leo. We've already... Okay, who? Mega lol. We've done Yugi. We've done Atem. We've done Judai. We've done Yubble. We haven't done... No, we have done this guy. We've done Pharaoh. We've done Pegasus. Bro's ex? You know where we gotta put her. Barbara... For sure. She's slightly interesting. Lawton. Malcolm? What is going on with that forehead, bud? What happened to your head? Malcolm's family? No. Raymond? Where did he go? Oh, he disappeared. Oh, there he is. There he is. There he is. Okay. Raymond Group. Don't care. Undertakers. They're cool. Sergio. Cool. Nico. Cool. This guy's name is just West. I don't know how I feel about that. That's also a character. Pearson. That's a guy. Bulger. It's also a guy. Investor. Dude, there are... Huh. That is a nose. That's a nose. That is a nose. Nicholas, on the other hand, his nose isn't as impressive. Not as impressive, and I'm a little sad. Haruka. It's a child. Okay, you know how I was talking about noses earlier? 10 out of 10 nose. 10 out of 10, dude. Crimson Devil's Servant is what this says. This is at least something. That's true. Scarred Red Nova, Archfiend, Dragon, something or other, right? I really want to put this in no, but like it's not that bad. The Legendary Signer. Well, I mean he's pretty great. They, I guess. Do we know the gender? I don't know. Doesn't matter. No. Purse Snatcher. Rude. At least they're interesting. Didn't we already do this guy? Am I? No. Hold on. Those are two separate people. I hate them both, but they are two separate people. Oh my gosh, there's an entire family. Oh, it's bad. Oh, it's bad. Oh no! Rick 3! It's the third Rick. He's cool. He's cool just because he's the third. I'm having a good time. Rick 3! Clark Smith. This is the most boring name. Team The Arms. Team Black Baron. And Team Fortune Arc. Honestly, The Arms is such a stellar name. I do love it. Black Baron is kind of mid, I'm not gonna lie. I really just don't care. And then, of course, Fortune Arc is actually also pretty interesting. It's not, like, the greatest, but it's pretty cool. This is Guy. This is also Guy. This is another Guy. Rich Kid. Rich Kid, asshole. Paint me as a villain. Why is Joestar Jotaro here? Jotaro Joestar. Star Platinum. That one, right? Ho. Mukata Kunmako. That's Zio, but still. These are people that I genuinely do not care about in the slightest. Brave. Okay, I will say, at least his name is interesting. Dragon. And Herald. Okay. Look, at least their names are cool. And then, of course, Brave's Orphans, which we don't care about. Orphans here. Dragon's Father. Don't care. Sebastian. I do like the name Sebastian. It is very interesting. Loki. Loki is alright. Thor is alright as well. And Odin is pretty it's pretty cool. He's pretty cool. More parents that I don't care about. Urea. Aria? I don't know how you say this name. Short. We've already done all of y'all. Oh my gosh. I have to scroll up now to get to the second from the bottom tier. That's crazy. This is criminal activity. Wait, have we done sect before? I don't think we have. They're cool looking. Kinda. A little. Done that guy. Who the heck is... Rudger. Wait, we did that guy, right? Yeah. Stardust. We've already done. We did this guy. Mukuro? Have we done this guy? Do I care? Kinda. A little. Tiny bit. Sherry we did. Well, we did Doctor. Okay, Jaeger can go there. Next to Jaeger. We did all of these characters. Dear Atlanta. Okay, well. Bwamp. Bwamp. Actually, yeah, I think we did all of these. So we're just gonna put them all here. I think technically we haven't done all of these guys, but I think we've done most of them, and all of the rest do not matter because yeah. First name is Yoshi. Dark Crow. Yeah, I just don't care. Ah! I know for a fact we haven't done that guy. I know for a fact we haven't done that one. Red Damon. Power Tool. Bro, me and my homies hate Power Tool. Black Rose. Black Feather. Jack's predecessor. I don't care. Aki's predecessor. Crow's predecessor. That's Crow's predecessor? Okay. You know, I should rank them, but... Ultimate Azulkin! Wait a second. I do like this card. This card's kind of cool. It's alright. That's an alright thing. Yusei's predecessor. Why does Yusei's predecessor have an eye, but the rest of them don't? They're all blind except for Yusei. Okay. Bishbalkin! Bro, me and my homies hate Bishbalkin. Okay, and now we're on to Zexal. We have 3 more series. And Yami Bakura. Okay. Wait, is... Oh, wait. Are the, Yeah, I think the Rush Duel characters are in here. Oh, we have a lot more. Oh, I lied to you. We have so many more. We have so many more series. Forget I said anything. Zexal, Yuma! We all know Yuma, right? Yuma's a character that exists. Akari, which I believe is Yuma's sister. I don't know. Cool. Kazuma Mishima. This is an old lady. Okay. Obomi. I do like him. He gives off good vibes. The door! It's the door! I don't know why I pointed that way. For the door. I'm sorry, the door is very funny. 10 out of 10. Great character. Astral. I don't know, Astral's kind of cool. Not by much, but it's kind of cool. Number 96. No. Zexal? I'm wondering if I care at all about any of the Zexals. And I think the answer is no. I think I do not care in the slightest about any of them, except for Dark Zexal. Dark Zexal is kind of cool. Kind of cool. But the reason I'm not a fan of any of the Zexals, or the reason I don't care, is because they're all tied to this dingus. Kotori's fine. She's okay. Her mother, on the other hand... I don't know. Yon or Yone. That's an old lady. No. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. It's just a mother. Yep. Takashi. Don't care. Takashi's mother. That's a nerd. That's also a nerd. I hate this character. Every fiber of my being. However, the cat is fine. The cat's okay. The other this, not okay. Who? I don't know. This one's kind of interesting. Mirag. Mirag. Sure. And, of course... I'm going to zoom out a bit. Let's make it easier. Kaito Tenjo. Sure. Haruto. Look, I don't care. Orbital 7. No. Dr. Faker. No. Mr. Heartland. Meh. He's not bad. He's not bad. He's cool. Fuya. More like Huya. Thank you. Fuya's mother. No. Robin? Alright. And Galaxy Queen. Alright, sure. Pooh-Man. 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 Yeah. Pooh-Man. Yeah. Guy Ruda. I ain't seen it, bud. Iron Hammer, on the other hand. Iron Hammer, pretty cool. That's a pretty cool guy. Ukyo. And that's an old guy. Yamikawa. Jin? No. Mm-mm. Number 16 user. You do know how that sounds, right? And also number 56 user. Yeah, they are guys. This is just an angry lad. This is kind of a guy. This is, well, this guy's a little bit more interesting, but not a lot of bit more interesting. But at the very least, he's a little bit more interesting. Kenichi. No. Waiter. Now that's who I would want waiting my tables. I'm lying to you. That's just the name of a martial art. Bro's name is just Tai Chi. Okay. Candy shop owner. Brother, I don't care. Yuma's bullies. Yeah, I don't care. Goda. Obots. Obots? Obots. Obots. Byron. Nah, that ain't it, Chief. 3, 4, and 5. Okay. You're kind of cool. You're fairly interesting. And of course my goat, Quattro. My goat, Quattro. I love Quattro. Me and my homies love Quattro. That's it. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Except for the fact that he plays gimmick puppets, if I'm not mistaken. But that's fine. That's fine. He's the goat anyway. This is just a 5D's characters. What the hell? Droite? That can't be your name. That cannot be your name. Anna? I love Anna. Anna's great. Anna Kaboom. 10 out of 10 name. That's such a good name, dude. Oh, man. And then she plays trains? Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. That's a guy, probably. This is also just a dude. Hide. What are we hiding from? That's a guy. That is a guy. I don't like this guy. Charlie. Okay, Charlie's kind of interesting. I like his hat. And then, of course, Charlie's opponent. Brother, what happened to your head? Mayumi, Mayuma, whatever. Child. Hayami. Other child. Is that a dog? I think that's a dog. You know what? No, yeah, these are giving me great vibes. Great vibes. Dog-chan. No. 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 That's weird. Mail delivery man. My goat. 10 out of 10. He's the mail delivery man. He delivers my mail. Why would I not love him? Hope. Nah, we don't have hope here. Shark Drake. Shark Drake's kind of cool. I like Shark Drake. Vector. Look at my boy Vector. Look at him pop his eyes out of his skull. Dorby. More like, no. Wolf. He's just an animal. He's just an animal. And that's okay. Jackal. That's also an animal. I am now seeing the naming scheme, because the next one is literally Coyote, and I'm not gonna lie, no. Toramaru. I don't care. I don't care. Sachi? Don't care. Sei? Don't care. Yuki? Don't care. Asuka? Alright. And then, of course, Aki. Also alright. Girog. We all love that guy, right? We all know that guy. Alito. Sure. Yeah, sure. That one. Yeah. Shadow Giant. Sure. Shadow of the Colossus, you know? Fuma. You know what? No. Katagiri. Sure. Mamoru. Sure. Yatagarasu. Wait a second. He's gonna stop me from drawing. No. Hanazoe. Sure. Whatever. Umimi. You know what? I don't like you, Tobio. I don't know why. I just don't like you. Sanagi. Sure. Yeah. TV pair. Dude, they're my favorite. They're my favorite characters. The TV pair. But I'm great. Oy. Dawn 1000. No. Semimaru? No. Karage? No. Kana Ninja? No. Abyss? Abyss is okay. Crystal Zero is in here. Yeah. Mock. What is happening to your face? Why is hair coming out of your eye? What happened? Minotaurs. That's something, right? Number 54, Guardian? It's Guardian of the Number card, I get. Okay. Ponta? It's fine. It's not great for an animal in Yu-Gi-Oh. It's alright. Jinlong. This is just a dragon? That's pretty cool. I like dragons. Dragons are cool. Iris? Who cares? Parker. That's just an old man. It's just an old guy. Shark's mother and father. Bro's name is Oily Mustache? Where is his mustache? What? No, you can't. Am I missing the mustache? Am I just not seeing it? No, brother does not have a mustache. And yeah, no. That's criminal activity. That's being a criminal there. Ina. I don't know. That ain't it, but Karibo. Also, not like the best Karibo, but not like terrible. We'll put in cool, along with Karibon. Numeron Dragon is... you know what? No, I don't like Numeron Dragon. Vector's father? Vector's mother? Roman Emperor. Okay, which Roman Emperor are we talking about? Are we talking about a good Roman Emperor? Or are we talking about, like, Caesar? Or, like, Marcus Aurelius or something? You know? We're talking about a good one? Like, I can't think of any good Roman emperors off the top of my head, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway. That is... I got Tachyon. No. Okay, we've already talked about you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and I think we've talked about you, and you, and you, and... Sure, we've talked about you before. And actually, I don't think we have talked about either of those. That's fine. Cologne. The Door! We've talked about. Yeah. Captain Corn. I must say, Captain Corn is a very funny name, so I can't be too upset about that. That is A-okay. The cats. The poor cats. Roller Coaster Guy. That's peak character design. If you, I mean, why would that not be at the top of the list? Thunderspark is fine. It's not bad. Demeto. We talked about you? Probably. Number 63 user. I don't care. Evil Looter. That is how that is spelled. Okay. That isn't... I don't even know what's happening in this picture, but that's fine. That's fine. We don't need to know. Hishikaku? Hishikaku? That's sure. Shadow? Bro's name is just Shadow. Wait, we've talked about Shadow before, haven't we? Yeah, I think we did. Oops. Yuji, we've talked about. Parents, don't care. Iran. Ira. I don't know. Rio, I believe we've talked about. Anna, we've talked about. 3, 4, and 5, and this guy, and this guy. Oh, we did it. We're now in Arc V. Oh, baby! Oh, dear Lanta. How many more? So many more. So many more. Yuya! I actually do like Yuya. Yuya's pretty great. Why do I not like Yuma, but I like Yuya? Don't ask questions. Zark. That's not Zark. Who is this man? That's not Zark. I don't know who that is. Ute. Also known as, something else. This one's pretty good. This one plays Phantom Knights, so I can't put them too highly because imagine playing Phantom Knights. Could not be me. Hugo, aka Yugo, aka the Speedroid player, aka no. Speedroid? Actually, He's okay. He's okay. This guy is the Predaplant player, and he's crazy, and I like that, and he's cool. I think. Yuzu. I don't fucking know. No. Ray. Nah. Serena. I don't remember. Sure. I know this one plays Wind Witches, which is okay. I said witches way too many times there because I said it more than once, which is too many. Anyway, this one plays Lyrilisk, and I like Lyrilisk, and also, I don't know, it's fine. I was gonna say something else, but like I literally couldn't think of anything else other than, I don't know, they play Lyrilisk. Cool. Let's move along. This guy has goggles, like an anime protagonist, and honestly, that's enough to make him kind of interesting. Yoko. That's just a dog. That's a cat. That's a dog. That's also a dog. That's a cat. And that's a cat. And you know where all of these are going? That's right. They're all going into whatever I just happened to place them. What? Oh no. Where'd the dog go? Where'd the dog go? Uh-oh. We're looking for the dog. Where'd it go? Where'd the doggo go? Well, oh well. Can't find that dog. That's okay. I would have put all of these in the same tier, and that's okay. I've scrolled so far. They're all great. They're all great. They're all nice, cute little animals, and that's fantastic. What is also going on with Watt's hair? I love it. I need it. It's fantastic. It's great. Imagine having an afro and sunglasses as a dog. Could you be cooler? I don't think it actually has sunglasses, but it does look like it has sunglasses. And honestly, that might be cool enough. And then we got Gato. El Gato. Yeah. And then Gato Does. Electric Boogaloo. Boop. Okay. This is person. This is also person. This is also... Nope. I don't know why these guys are fine, but these ones I don't like. I could not tell you. She has parents. Which makes this so much weirder. It's just like the next two characters were just this girl's random ass parents, which is very funny. Noburo, this guy is he's nah, he ain't it. What is going on with this guy's everything? What happened? Anyway, Nico Smiley. He's cool. Shingo. I like him. He's interesting. Not the greatest, but not terrible. Nah. Sora? Me and my homies hate Sora. Why? Because Duel Links has such stellar music, except for stupid Sora's track. Why does Sora have such a terrible track? Why do I have to listen to it when I play against Sora? It's awful. I hate it. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Reiji. This is a DDD player, if I'm not mistaken. Who? Megalol. Leo. He's alright. He's okay. Himika. This is a guy. That's also a guy. Yabai? Sorry. Yaiba. Sure. Hokuto. These guys are in cards. How did they do that? This guy is okay. This guy is fine. This is a person. Nope. What's going on with those eyes? No. Those eyes are wild. Barrett. Is this just Barrett from freaking Final Fantasy, but like as an anime character? Wait. No, Barrett doesn't have an eye patch, does he? Am I wrong? Does Barrett have an eye patch? Oh, he might. I know he has a gun arm. Anyway, Dennis. Dennis is such a funny character. Like, just name and concept, it's like... What happened to you, dude? Why is your name Dennis? To be fair, his name is Dennis, and I believe he works at a circus, which makes it so much funnier. But, yeah, 10 out of 10. Hikage. Sure. You know, they're not terrible. Tsuki, yeah. Tsuki Kage. Okay. Olga. Sure. Halil. Yeah. Kachidoki. You know what? Great. Great character. 10 out of 10. No, it's Ken! His name is just Ken? Takeda. Teppy. Nah. Ashley. Bram? Nah. Nah. Nanami. Nanami's cool. I like Nanami. I could be totally wrong. All of the Obelisk Force. Sorry. Hold on. What was I saying previously? I could be wrong about like all of these characters, and like I'm just ranking all of the like really annoying characters in the highest tiers and all of the really interesting characters in the lowest, but I really don't think so. Obelisk Force is certainly something. It is something, and it's kind of interesting. I'm gonna put it in all right. Ishijima. What happened to Bro's head? And eyes. And everything. Rojit. No. The King! We already talked about him. Yeah, we already talked about you. I think these are just Crow's orphans. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Shinji. That's a different character from a different show. Get in the mech, Shinji. That's just an entirely different show. But okay. Chojiro. That's also from a different show. What? This is just a cop. That's just a cop. I'm not going to explain this one. I have no need to explain this one. 10 out of 10 character. It's so good, dude. It's so peak. It's so peak. Oh, baby! Melissa? Honestly, Melissa's alright. Melissa's alright. Yeah. Sure. Sam? Sam, on the other hand. I don't know what's in... What did they do to your head? What happened to your head? Sergey. Alright. The Council. A council of old people? Wrong. Maiko. That's short. Aichiro? Oh, okay. Naruko Uno. Unknown. Brother, what is happening with your name? Kiriga Kure? Nah, that ain't it. What is happening? Whatever. Sumo Duelist. 10 out of 10. No notes. That's phenomenal character design. That's what we're here for, baby. That's what we're here for. And then the Kabuki Duelist as well. Yeah. How much more? We're getting there. Mukuro Enjo. Wait, have we already done this guy? I feel like we have. That's fine. I don't care. No. Tony! Hey, Tony. Damon? I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of the gauges. It really is not it divine. We've already done the hippie duo, so we're not going to do them again. Unless it's a different hippie duo, which it doesn't appear to be. Unless I'm wrong. Hold on. Where were the hippies? Did y'all see the hippies? You know what? I can't see them. We'll put them in interesting. At least they're interesting. Who is divine? Bro's name is just Divine? Alright, you know what? Fair enough. Citizens? Don't care. Kaito Tenjo. Alan? Your name can't just be Alan. Alan? That's so funny. It's so funny seeing Alan right next to Kaito. And Chopman. Oh, there he is. There's N. Oh, I found him. There he is. Let's go. Let's go. Dog, where it belongs. Hooray. Sayaka. Kichi. We already did that guy. That bowl cut. Ain't it, Chief? Grace Tyler. You know what? They're all right. They're pretty cool. Gloria Tyler. Sure. Okay. We already did you. I don't care. Just a friend? This guy's victims? Oh no. Anyway. Captain Solo. Nah. Ryo Maru Fuji. Ryo Maru Fuji. This is just text. I don't... What? Diana! This just reminds me of Princess Diana. Apollo. Alright. Sanders. That's not Colonel Sanders. I'm losing my mind doing this now. Because at this point, I have seen so many characters. I have to say, this mustache is pretty nice. I've seen so many characters, and like 90% of them are just nobodies that no one is supposed to care about, except for Bernie, apparently. Do you see what I mean? Literally 4 in a row. Ted, Emma, Jacob, Ethan. Who cares? Who cares? None of y'all are interesting, even remotely. Dude, come on. Okay. Battle Beast. You know what? You're alright. You know what? You're cool. I like you. The Doctor. Do not trust that doctor. That is not a doctor. Odd Eyes. No. Dark Rebellion. No. Clearwing. No. Actually, Clearwing's okay. I like Clearwing. Starving Venom. I also like Starving Venom. Starving Venom is pretty cool. And then we've already done all of these characters as well. Yip yip hurrah. Have we done Eve? I don't think so. Eve is pretty great. I like Eve. Adam. Adam who? We did this character. I'm pretty sure we did this character. This guy is bald. And their name is Leo. Just an assistant. We did this guy. We did this guy. You go in here. We did this guy. Did we do this guy? Don't care. We did that guy. We did that guy. I'm pretty sure we did this one. Father and manager, and who the hell is Isaac? Isaac is alright. And we're finally on to Varanes. We have Varanes, and then we have the 2 Rush Duel series, and then we're done. Oh man. Oh, we're so close. Oh, excuse me. Yusaku, protagonist, character. However, we also have, I believe, Playmaker and which is something of note. So, I'm going to rate Yusaku not as Playmaker, because those are technically two different characters, even though they're technically the same, but they're technically not. Yusaku's, he's cool. Playmaker, on the other hand, we do like Playmaker. Playmaker is pretty sick. 10 out of 10. No notes. Great character. Is... He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. Lightning, Earth, Aqua, Flame, and Windy are all different Adagnister. I'm pretty sure they're all different Adagnister stuffs. And you know how much I dislike the Adagnisters, don't ya? Don't ya? Yeah. Kusanagi, meh. Jin, Jin's okay. I like Jin. I like Jin. Oh, that is a face only a mother could love. Holy, Brave Max. Let's talk about Brave Max. Brave Max isn't he in part of the infamous like both players brick scene? They just like draw, they both draw dead hands that don't do anything. Or am I wrong? I might be wrong. Anyway, who? Okay. Blue Angel. Oh, is that the is she the is she supposed to be the Blue Angel character? I still don't care. I was right. I still don't care. Blue Angel, Blue Girl, and Blue Maiden. They're really good at naming things. I just noticed they're just random chess pieces here. We're gonna ignore that for now. Blue Angel. Blue Angel's pretty cool. They play Trickstar, right? Yeah. Blue Girl. Don't know, don't care. Blue Maiden plays Marincess, which is also pretty cool. And is also fairly interesting. Yeah. Miyu, that's... No. What is with the people's hair colors? They have like a streak of a hair color, and then the rest of their hair is like just the most unnatural hair color you've ever seen in your entire life, and it's peak. I don't know who this guy is, but that hair alone is it's pretty cool. It's pretty alright, buddy. Queen. The Queen's cool. And then, of course, we also just have the Bishop, the Knight, and the Rook as well. Because why not? Hey, I like chess. Chess is not bad. Why not? Why not put them all into cool? Where is it? There. Nope. Even further. There we go. Holy. Oh, man. Isomaki is a guy. Yeah, that's a guy. Hayami, sure. Kitamura, yeah. Prototype I, B, and A are big nose from me. Are those Cybers monsters? Get them out of here. Emma. I like Emma. Emma's cool. Emma's very cool. However, Ghost Girl, on the other hand. Ghost Girl. See, now we're talking. See, now we're talking. That's a great character. That's a great character. Probably. Actually, because it's a female, it's probably not a great character. I'm not gonna lie, but it's fine. Kengo. More like Kanako. That was really bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. Blood Shepherd. Okay, that is such a cool name. I can't put this that low. Because that name alone is very good. Kengo's mother. Who? This is the Goki guy. He's cool. He's alright. And then Go's manager, of course. Is that the same character as the guy that we... No, it's fine. Orphanage owner, based. Based? They're not that based, but they're based. Orphanage. Orphans. Look, as much as I enjoy the owners, the orphans themselves, maybe not so much. Okay, I can't. This hairstyle is terrible. Ryuken. Cool character. And then, of course, Revolver. We all know where Revolver's going, right? Revolver is great. Revolver is such a great antagonist. Slash rival. Slash whatever that is. It's great. Dr. Gogami. So I immediately read that in my head as Dr. Konami. And now I immediately don't like this guy. Is that entirely my fault? Yes, but that's what we're doing, buddy. Spectre? Spectre's the GOAT. Spectre's so sick. I love Spectre. Spectre, 10 out of 10. No notes. Praise be to Spectre. He's psychotic, and that's great. That's what makes him cool. Dr. Jerome? 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 I don't know. This is a person. That's true. That is a person. Faust. Yeah, that just doesn't work. Knight of Hanoi. These guys are they're fine. He's kind of cool. This is no. Saito. I like Saito. Saito's kind of cool. The rest of those, not so much. They're not doing it for me. I don't. Link Haribo. Get his ass. No, it's still a Karibo. I still gotta be kind to it. Even though it is a Link 1 Cybers monster, which I'm very much so not a fan of, it's still a Karibo and it's still adorable. So I can't be too upset. I mean, I could, but I'm not gonna be. I'm also gonna move this so that they're in a line, because it makes my head happy. Announcer. This ain't it. This is not the MC. This is the announcer. It's just not, it's not the same. It's not the same. Lost Incident Rescuers. Okay. Yeah. A therapist? That ain't it, Chief. No. I'm just kidding. We'll put it there. Robo P. Sorry. I said that wrong. It's Robo Pee-Pee. 10 out of 10. No nuts. That's great. Mother Tree. Yeah, Mother Tree. Alright, sure. Why not? Takeru. Takeru? I don't know. That's a guy. Soul Burner. I like Soul Burner. Soul Burner's pretty cool. Though, dear Lanta, imagine making Salamangreat not immediately win the game on the spot. And then his parents. Cool. And grandparents. But apparently the individual grandparents also receive their own pictures as opposed to the parents, which are just the parents. Kiku is a person. Ryu is... Nah, that ain't it, Chief. Kotaro's gang. Hana. Sure. Who are these people? Do I care about these people? Mother slash father. Emma's slash Kengo's father. Huh? Okay. Bit, Boot, and Echo. Echo. I like Echo. Echo's kind of interesting. The other two, Bit and Boot. No, Hacker. His name is just Hacker. Okay. What's going on with that? Everything. Hacker. Cool name. Everything about this, I don't like. Purple and blue penguins. What? In the... It's fine. It's fine. No, that's normal. No, that... It's the hair. It's the hair, and also the fact that this penguin has such an insane forehead. What happened to this penguin's forehead? Why is it like that? Why does it look like that? It's fine. Kenmochi, look, I am a fan of afros. I'm not a fan of that one. That is not an afro that should exist. This guy is just a guy that I don't really care about. So there's that. Windy's origin. Huh? Okay. Haru. Sure. Bowman. Bowman. Pandor. I guess. Sure. Kings. Just kings? That ain't it, Chief. We don't believe in monarchies. Odo Yuga. We are finally now within the Rush Duel. I think, what is it? Yu-Gi-Oh! Go? No, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens. That's what it's called. Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens. We are now in Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens territory, which is all the Rush Duel characters. And Yuga is cool. I like Yuga. Yuga's all right. Not my favorite, but not the worst. Also, this is Yuga 2, Electric Boogaloo. Probably. I would imagine. We have Yuga's mom. You know what? She's alright. I like her. I like her. Reasons? Don't have any. Kaizo. Okay. Odo Yuamu. Which I would imagine is his sister. But that is a nerd. Kuyamuya. Okay, that's a fun name to say. That is a fun name to say. Kuyamuya. Fukamuya. Mura. Okay. Sabuas? Sabuas? I don't know what's going on, but that one horn and mask is kind of cool. It's kind of interesting. Bruyea. Nah. Don't really care. Nah, don't really care. Damamu. Damamu. Oda Yuhi. Oats Yuhi and Oats and Doll. Okay. This is a guy, I guess. Sure. And then of course we have this guy. It's pretty cool. And then of course we have Oats, which I just genuinely do not care about. I don't care. Doll, on the other hand, so it's a little bit more interesting. It's a little fair bit more interesting. We have Sirocco. Huh. I'm gonna put all of them in all right. I don't think any of them are crazy in any way. They're pretty cool. They're all like robot girls, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I don't remember. I've never seen the show. I've only experienced it through Duel Links. Umiko. Sure. They're alright. Yuriko. Are these still the same characters? Are these still all that... Oh, they are. Oh. Is this the same one? Sagawa? Sagawa? Maybe. That's like... Don't worry about it. They're technically not the same characters if I am mistaken. But, there you go. The creator... It's just God. God's pretty cool. That's what it seems like. It's just God. Capital G, God. Yeah, he's cool. There's an inner Luke? I'm sorry. Okay. Quaidol. Okay. Udias. He's also a protagonist, and he disappeared from my hand. This is also a protagonist, and he's also no, he's pretty great. I like him. He's pretty cool. He's pretty cool. Yeah. Valve L Gear. Vavel Gear? Okay. That's something at the very least. Don't really know how I feel about that. CPT. Okay, this thing is weird. Zuija? What? I can't. That name is terrible. Dino is. That ain't it. Muta. As in like mutas? As in like StarCraft reference? CPU. Okay, I do have to like CPU. I can't not like CPU. It's all right. It's pretty good. CPU is a very funny, not very funny joke. Duty Nisha. Meh. Luke. I like Luke. Luke's all right. You know what? He's too low. I lied to you. Luke's cool. He goes in the same tier as Yugo. That seems about right. However, the inner Luke is a cringe child baby. Based on nothing but that I want it to be. The Luke man, however, is a goated character. And I will take no notes on that. Great character. 10 out of 10. No notes. However, the luge is also no and cringe. Taiga. That's a biome in Minecraft. What are you talking about? Epoch or Epoch. Sure, dude. Akinori. No, Nori. I don't have an opinion on this guy. Alfred, on the other hand, I do have an opinion on, and it's because that facial hair is stellar. Stellar facial hair. 10 out of 10. And a fairly decent name. Gakuto? Sure. Yeah, Gakuto. Why not? Rons? Renosuke? Meh. Manabu. Sure, this guy's alright. Yeah. Oh dear. Nyandstar. They have cat ears. That's interesting. I also noticed, where is it? Schrodinger. It's just a cat, but it's a weird ass cat, and I don't like it, and it's weird, and it bothers me. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Ran. Sure. That's a fish. That's just a head of a fish. That's funny. Kind of. Didn't make me chuckle, but it is funny. This guy's been on here. Wait, we talked about this guy. Am I wrong? I am wrong. That's a different person. Oh. Okay. Rankage and Rinkage. Wait. We've talked about these. These are the same people. You can't trick me. That's the same person. Roman. Okay, she's fine, probably. Rovian. Rovian. I don't care. What is that? Camos. Okay. I'm confused. Princess G. Well, I mean, she's a princess, so of course we gotta put her highly. Put her in all right. No. Roa? You know what? Sure. Not bad. London. Yeah. London's cool. It makes it sound like I'm talking about the actual British city, which is not what I'm doing. Ushiro. Ushiro? Don't care. I'm not even going to say this guy's name because I don't care. Geta? Don't care. Tyra. Tyra. Don't care. Nail? Okay, this just makes me think of the Dragon Ball character that dies fighting Frieza and then fuses with Piccolo. That's it. That's all I can think of when I think of Nail. That being said, this is not that character, so we'll just put it in interesting. Nail is a funny name. Zion? Sure. Sebastian? Is this a robot? Okay, I guess. R.I.? 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 Sure. Kawaii Tel. You know what? They're fairly interesting. Their design's kind of cool. Asana? Asana? Meh. Asaka? Meh. Tazaki? What is on your face? What happened? Same with you! Tazaki? No, what is going on? Sure. And Hatrap. And Bad Love. Okay. Interesting. And these are just birds. These are just birds. And birds are cool. I like birds. Do you like birds? Don't answer that question. Type a different comment. If you've made it this far, impressive. And also, tell me down below, just type cheesecake. That's it. Django. Django? As in like Django Fat? Interesting. Interesting. Arisugawa? Arisugawa? Arisugawa. Sugawa. Yeah, this guy. This guy. You know. That guy. That guy. Why did I put him in interesting? I don't know. Zombioji. Alright, that's pretty cool. Kind of looks like a zombie. That's pretty cool. That's the same person. We literally just did that person. Okay. So there's Menzaburo. And there's Menjaburo. Which are technically two different people. Why did they name these people this way? To be fair, I do like them. But I just don't like their naming scheme. Why would you do this? Why would you do this to me, Konami? Me and my homies hate you. Sushiko. Sushiko? Oh, well, okay. You're going there. I don't care. Maki? Don't care. Nick? Don't care. Yagi. I like Yagi. Yagi's okay. Guru Guru. Guru Guru. I like Guru Guru. It's an alright character. Goha Yuga. Did we not already do this guy? Am I going crazy? We did this guy, right? Okay. Yuo. Goha Yuo. Sure. Yeah. And then Goha Yuo. Wait, we did this. What? No, it's Yuo and Yudo. Why did they do that? They did it again. They did it again. It's the same character with the same name, but it's ever so slightly different. Goha Yuji. Goha Yuka, Goha Yuran, and Goha Yuna. Why are there so many of you? I don't care. I don't care anymore. I just don't care. Why are there so many of you? I like your designs, to be fair, but there's just too many of you. I now just don't care. Okami. Is this supposed to be like Okami? Where it's like Oh God, you know, like probably not, right? That'd be silly. Phaser. This, I don't know. Phaser's a cool name, I guess. Tremola. I don't care. I just don't. Ange. Angie. Angie, probably, right? Ange. Sure. Karen. I had to think about that. I had to think whether or not the name is something that I genuinely had to take into consideration. And I have been, but I don't think we're going to associate it with the Karens that we normally associate it with. I like the Karen. It's fine. Rimu. I don't care. Mick. What the heck is Mick? I read this as Chewbacca, I'm not gonna lie, and honestly, that is pretty funny. But whatever, they're not exceptional. Barely of note. Mimi. Okay, I do know a bit about Mimi's character, and this is actually what I'm going to judge this on. Mimi is supposed to be an adult, but is like in a child's body, and I hate it. Thank you. This is a person. Oh, I know this guy. Yeah, it's like a child in a big robot, or like a big like suit of armor or something along those lines, and it's dumb. Bochi and Bochi. These are the same names. Okay. Well, it is a dog with a big spiked collar, but it's a tiny dog with a spiked collar, which is very funny. That is, to be fair, at least funny. At least it's funny. I didn't put you high enough. My bad. It's such a long scroll. Nanaho? Don't care. Tenten? Don't care. I just don't. Actually, Tenten's kind of interesting. Tenten is kind of interesting. Kilimanjaro. No. Hercules. Sorry, it is spelled Heracles. The way you would spell... You almost. But pretty much how you would spell Heracles. Which is fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. There are so many people with masks, it's actually crazy. It's actually insane how many people are just wearing masks. And at this point, they're no longer interesting. What is happening to this guy? And is he being eaten by like a pea pod or something? What is happening? I don't care. I don't know. This is a guy. This is also a guy. That's a nerd. That's a nerd, and you know it. That... Why does this look like a child with the head of a 40-year-old man? Am I going crazy? Probably. I've seen too many of these characters. I like this guy's eyebrows. Bro, his eyebrows are going wild. I want eyebrows like that just go like straight up and have jagged edges. That is very funny. That's a nerd. That's also a nerd. Ramen guy. We love the ramen guy. Ramen guy, great character. 10 out of 10. No notes. Hunt. I don't care. Can. Kasaki. Dude, what are you wearing? What is this? I don't even know what this is. What am I looking at? Yukio. They're all right. They're something. Maguro. Zoe. They're okay. They're pretty cool. They're pretty cool. Braun. Braun. Braune. Brown. Brown. I don't know how you would say that. Kamome. Okay. Sure. Why not? Reo? Nope, that's a nerd. That is the nerd. We spotted him. Ganiko. Sure. Why not? Chupitaro. No. Meg-chan. No. Kopiko. Is that just a cop? I don't know. I don't think they are. They might be. But Fisher Sky. That is a name. That is, at the very least, a name that does exist and is something of note. George Judge and Offeruno. Nah, that ain't it. That ain't it, Chief. That ain't it. I don't know what are these? That is horrible. Nomura. I don't know. Well, they're kind of interesting. Yeah. Is the hat a different character? What? I think the hat's a different character. That's crazy. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Ishida. Don't care. Mitsuko. Mitsuko? It's okay. It's okay. It's alright. Tamako. Sure. Oka Surferko. I'm sorry. I can't. That name. Oh, my keys just fell. Mystery Girl. Well, they are a mystery, but that doesn't mean I have to care about them. UTS customer? Fazu. You know what? Fazu's cool. I like Fazu. And last, but certainly not least, Korasu. No. That ain't it. I don't know what's going on there, but no. And that's it. We did it. Congratulations. You sat through this entire thing, or at the very least, you skipped to the very end. And now we're going to go quickly through and just show you where I ranked things. So, yeah, there you go. There's the list. You could tell closer towards the end, I had less opinions or less heavy opinions on any of these characters, and that is just due to the fact that a lot of the characters just became like, here's anime character, so there wasn't a whole lot to go off of. The original character designs for, like, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Through Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, I think were a little bit more interesting. Granted, a lot of them were also just like, here's character, but I also just knew more in general as well. Dear Lanta, we had so many characters in the I do not care list, because half of these are just repeats of the exact same characters. And there is, yes, technically speaking, like the difference between Yugi in Yu-Gi-Oh! And Yu-Gi-Oh! GX and Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds and Yu-Gi-Oh! However many other series he shows up in are all technically different characters because they all act differently. But with that being said, they're all the same character, and I'm not going to act like they're not. So there you go. But there you go. There's the entire list, and yeah, there you go. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys did indeed enjoy. If you did, like us very much, so appreciate it. And remember to always stay frosty. Bye-bye.